Welcome back to JK McLeod. Today I'm working on a ProMac 1010 part. Let's see, the serial begins with a prefix of 12, which makes it the electronic ignition version. Now, I picked it up as a part saw, pulled it apart. I initially tried, there was no compression, and the flywheel just spun. There was absolutely no resistance on it. So I pulled it apart. Figured, all right, maybe it's all scored. I pulled off the muffler. This port here was about 80% clogged with carbon. This one about halfway. I still got to get a bit more out of it. Separated the two halves, pulled the piston out. The piston's not in bad shape. And there's a little bit of, let me tell you what, let's do this side up here. I mean, this PB blaster in there, but just a little bit of discoloring. Nothing spectacular. There's no gouges in it that I can catch my fingernail on. But the rings were pretty much carboned on there. They were stuck to the piston. So half a can of PB blaster and gently got the rings off. Pulled it apart. Took a small jeweler's screwdriver and got inside the grooves and got everything cleaned out. Cleaned off the rings. Popped them back on, clean out the inside of the cylinder, let it run through the parts washer for about, I don't know, an hour. Just let it scrub through. Give it a good clean, a good oiling. Put the two halves back together again. Let it run for a little bit. Powered it with a drill. Hooked it up to a compression tester, and lo and behold, we got just shy of 150 psi. Score. So all I left to do now is I'm going to separate the two parts again because I didn't, the oil seals have to be replaced. I didn't put any sealant on there, and I still got a bit more carbon to get off this one here. I want to get them nice and clean. I mean, as you can tell from the muffler, it was just it's caked up with carbon. The gasket was leaking. The muffler was loose. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to separate it, get the rest of this carbon off, replace the oil seals while I got it apart, seal it up together, clean it up, and I can start the reassembly. Get back when we're done. As you can see, a tiny bit of wear, a little black on the piston, but nothing spectacular. I cleaned the top. And it looks worse than it is. It's just pretty much discolored from the carbon. It's not 100%, but at 150, close to 150 psi. I'll take it. Let me finish changing the seals. Let me do this pretty much. Get this out of here. Slide the seals out. Slide new ones on. A little silicone around it. I usually use Moto Seal. Get a good seal around here. Do the same thing with the other half once I finish cleaning it out. Bolt it together, and we're good to go. I can see where I dropped that bolt. Ready to go for reassembly. Two new oil seals. What I pretty much do is you coat them with 2-cycle oil, slip them on. And coat the piston. 2-cycle, same thing with the bore. And a little Moto Seal around here, and that little cutout, little journal where the bearing goes. The bearing's got a little snap ring on it. Good, make sure it aligns properly in there. Slide the piston in. Another coat on the outside. Make sure all the mating surfaces are cleaned and sealed. Put the two halves together, 4 bolts and a few odd small ones here, and it's all together. Give this one a shot. Hopefully the compression will improve now that everything's all sealed up nice. I might get a runner out of this one. Process of the 110 still going along. Tank on. Front tank, cover, it's got new oil seals, ready to go go with the flywheel, the coil, put the clutch and assembly back on the other side. Wait for this to dry. I have a, well, this was the carb that came with it. Well, half a carb anyway. But I have a Marlboro SDC. You can see pretty decent shape. Everything's in the right place except for the high and low. Instead of being on an angle, they're straight, but I think I can work around that. Yeah. Pop this together. Just keep on going. Electronic ignition is up and running. Carb, I'm not sure how long it's been sitting. I mean, it's functioning, but not the way it should. Of course, the fuel line is leaking, and I kind of improvised it. Stuck a piece of 3/8 hose on the end, clamped it down because the end, the little nub on the end was a little chewed up. The little nub was gone. A little improvisation there. It oils, though not as much as it should. So I got to pop off the front of the tank, see if I can increase the amount of oil. Yeah, you know, to get all the starter pieces and stuff like that. But rings were seized. Well, it's kind of stuck on there. I got the rings unstuck, cleaned out the inside of the cylinder, and new oil seals, adjusted, and yeah, she's up, she's run. Hopefully I can secure a few more parts and get a complete runner out of this gal. Thanks for watching.